Say hello to the 2021 Honda. This is not a Goldwing. Say hello to the 2021 Honda CB500X. Is that? Yep, that's the name. I've just gotten it from Honda. We're gonna spend the whole weekend reviewing it, but this will be just my first impressions video on it. How does it feel getting on it for the first time? I've been very curious about this bike for a long time. It promises a lot for the 7 grand that it costs, both touring and adventure, and I want to see if it actually delivers on that. So stick around. Straight out of the box, that exhaust has a beautiful note to it. I'm sure you can go for something aftermarket, but there's really no need to. Sounds like a caged up chihuahua that just wants to, get out. Not bad. 50 horsepower obviously does the job in the city. This clutch is very light. There's almost no pressure needed to pull it, which is good considering it's a cable operated one. And it's precise. I'm very impressed by the clutch. A lot of people complain that the throttle is a bit jerky in lower gears. I am sort of finding it true and false at the same time. It's Friday, lots of traffic, but we can just squeeze through. I am finding it true, it is jerky when you're just putting on the power. See, like right now, second gear, when you start applying the power, then it sort of gives you this jolt. Now, I'm not saying I like it, but I don't think it's a huge issue, because you're going to learn to actually live with the bike and sort of bypass this jerkiness, because you'll learn to be a bit gentler when you're in lower gears and you want to put down some power. But no, this is not a deal breaker in the least. It does dive quite a bit when you're braking. The suspension is on the softer side. It is adjustable for damping, I think, not for preload. What I would have loved to see, however, would have been a second brake disc. This is not bad for one-up riding. That's not a problem. Braking power is more than enough. But if you got a pillion on, if you got some luggage on, you're adding a hell of a lot more weight, and I wouldn't be that comfortable with just one brake disc. But for one-up riding, it's more than enough braking power. I want to go to a little off-road bit here. I want to see how the suspension handles. It's great until now. Hello, police. Yes, don't worry, I'm a nice person. I'm on a Honda. Okay, we're on a bit of gravel now. No riding modes to configure. No buttons to press. The suspension is wonderful. It's wonderful because I love soft suspension. That's probably why, but I'm barely feeling all of this, any of this. I know on the GoPro it's just all looking flat right now, but it's not. Yeah, suspension is great. You can turn off the ABS on the rear if you want to do some real fun off-roading. That's always going to stay on. But at least it's got ABS, The riding position is exactly what you would expect from an adventure touring model. Has this camera moved now? Have you? What are you filming now? Probably nothing. The seating position, I was saying, is exactly what you would expect on an adventure touring model. I'm sitting up straight. My arms aren't straight, so I'm not gonna get sore if I ride for longer hours. My feet aren't cramped. No, I'm actually loving this right now. Bouncy, 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 bouncy suspension. It's a pity that straight from the factory, the base model, the standard model, comes with absolutely no off-road equipment, nothing. I would have loved to see a bash plate at least, because hitting the engine on some sort of rock is definitely going to ruin your day. So if you want to do any off-roading, you really need to invest in some accessories. Yeah, great seating position, good suspension, okay brakes for a single person. I can't wait to ride this tomorrow on all sorts of terrain and really see what it can do. Yeah, on back roads you're not going to have a problem with overtaking anybody on this. There's enough power. We'll see tomorrow on the highway, but on these sort of roads, no problem. The mirrors are very large and they do their job very well. They don't vibrate, they're stable. It's a good implementation there, Honda. Wind protection is exactly what you would expect. I mean, my chest is fine, but the rest of my body is being pummeled by the wind. This windshield does its job, but it's obviously not a very big one, and the wind is basically hitting my head. It's very noisy in this helmet right now. See, I wasn't expecting such a small bike to be so comfortable on these sort of roads. I mean, we're doing almost 100 here and I have no complaints. I'm just enjoying a leisurely ride, which I guess this is exactly what this bike was meant for. Not a real happy chappy right now because I can't really find anything to complain about. Anything, you know, serious, proper. And you know I like to complain about stuff. That dash, there, we can complain about that. That I'm not happy about. At all. I mean, Honda could have definitely done better than that. The information, all of the info is there. Nothing is missing. All of the important stuff is there. But where the digits are, all the white stuff is just... You have to really concentrate to read it. And a dash to me is also a safety device. So, you know, being able to read it with a very quick glance is important. Not, you know, having to squint and go, hey, what does that say? What gear am I in? How much gas do I have? You see, that's actually a very good question. How much gas do we have? Where is that? Oh, here it is. See, it's tiny, it's small. You can't see it at all. I've got one line. I should turn around. There's a gas station. Yeah, the acceleration's definitely there in the lower RPMs. Once you get to like 6,000-7,000, it starts to fade away, but I highly doubt you're going to be redlining the 500X a lot. Okay, this is a perfect example of a bumpy road. I wish you could see the suspension right now. Maybe you can, we'll film that tomorrow, but it's really getting a beating, and I'm a lot more comfortable than I should be right now. Let's try go into a lower gear and see if we feel any vibrations at higher RPMs. 6,000, it's fine. Yeah, 6.5, you start feeling some vibrations on your butt. 4,000, nothing. 5,000, a little bit on the handlebars. For 2021, Honda did address the vibration issues, which apparently were on all the models, and they put some rubber engine mounts. But this to me is fine. It's absolutely fine. Not a problem. No complaints here. I remember a few people online saying that you really need to convince the 500X to actually start leaning to go into a corner, and that is not the case at all. I mean, if this thing isn't nimble, agile, come on, what is? Maybe the older models had this problem. This is absolutely just fine. As far as switch gear is concerned, you're basically getting the basics. Low beam, high beam, horn, a Mickey Mouse horn obviously, turn signals, which as far as I know don't self-cancel, hazard lights and a starter, and that's basically it. Damn side stand is impossible to get to. Alright, enough riding around for today, time to go and work on the actual review. If there's anything specific that you guys want to know, the comment section below is the place for you. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our Patreons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.